Should be taken off the stage before he comes on stage. Let me give a little background before the night of the event.
Okay.
So STONEBWOY was booked through Zylofon. Obviously, he's an artist. Okay. And we have a product called Zylofon Cash, which we're selling. And as part of what we do in good spirit and whatever, all our artists are helping us push the
Zylofon Cash.
Exactly. So any opportunity we get, we need to shout it out. So I spoke to when the call came from business, they spoken to the
STONEBWOY'S team. Yeah.
Yes. I was concerned based on issues I don't want to go into now. So I spoke to Team STONEBWOY through management and said, oh, this is what we're looking at doing on the day. We want to push.
The business has been booked.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, business will speak business.
Okay.
But I was concerned about the brand.
Oh, okay.
And the brand positioning. So I made a phone call on brand positioning, you know, and spoke to the manager and said, you know, on that day we're pushing the brand, we're pushing our product actually. And I wanted to just go over what we'll be doing with the product on stage, what we're looking at doing.
Okay.
We need to share ideas on how we're going to
do it.
Exactly. So he said I should hold on and I need to speak to Stone and get back to me. So he got on anything or what.
Did he say he did not want to perform or he did not want to push the Zylofon Cash
he
project?
wants to perform, but he doesn't want anything to do with the Zylofon product. That's Zylofon Cash.
Oh, and why? Is he not part of the brand? Have you terminated his contract?
No, I haven't, and that's why I don't want to go into the matters leading to that. Because if I open that chapter, I need to go into it. So I'm telling you what happened.
Okay.
Maybe at another time we'll go into the matter, but I want to speak on what happened. So I said, whoa, like you're asking me, I knew I had a background of why that response. So I said, okay, cool. But are you still cool to perform? He said, oh yeah, the performance said they'll do. I said, well, let's leave it at that. So business also reached out to me with the same complaint. I said, oh, I've spoken to Team STONEBWOY. So it's all right, let them perform. Now, you should know that I look out for the artist and the company as well. Now, if STONEBWOY goes to perform, being booked through me as Zylofon, I still make my money. Now, I might have issues with him not projecting my product, but I'm not worried at that particular point because he needs to feed. I also need to feed. There are bills we need to pay. So I said, let's go ahead and do it. So we're all on it. So business was worried a little bit. I'm like, oh no, let it play out like that. You know, God.
Let's do the show and forget about
there will be
other materials.
Yes, there will be others who will push it as well. So don't worry about it. Let them go and do it. So I said, cool. We all agreed on that. Then I think this conversation happened maybe on a Wednesday or Thursday. So I think Friday or Saturday, business got back to me and said they had a call from
Team STONEBWOY.
No, from
the organizers. Okay.
That
that's the Lehman Hall
people that STONEBWOY says he's not performing
anymore,
and that they received an official call from STONEBWOY'S team, and that's from CD, telling them that they are not coming to the show. So the flyers doing the rounds are false. So the students demanded their money. So business was asking, what do we do? Because really it's on my table, it's on my desk. And I didn't want to go back again to CD. Or I think I tried, but I didn't get through. But I understood where they were coming from. An artist can decide to decline a show at the last minute. They have their own reasons. So I respected that as well. So I told business, for us not to look bad as a company, return the money, refund. Yes, I mean, STONEBWOY isn't coming, so refund the money. So they acted upon my instruction and they gave the money out to
the organizers of the event. That's the Lehman Hall.
Yes, so I'm sure it was in the morning or the evening or Friday.
Okay.
So when Saturday morning, I think Saturday afternoon around that area, I heard rumors that STONEBWOY was performing at that show. So I said, whoa, it's good for us. It means he had a change of heart and he wants to do the performance. So I didn't bother. I had a lot of things running. I had to come to work.
Did you then check from
business?
The business whether?
Good. So I went back to business and said, the guy is performing. So what happened? He says, no, it is not through us. I said, how? He said, oh, they've given out the money already, and they don't know how these guys are back on the show. So I think business and events made a little bit of inquiries and they realized that STONEBWOY'S team had gone to take the money that we had paid them off. Paid to the students. They've gone to take the money back and they say they'll perform. For me, I felt a little bit...
so in my understanding, they did not want the booking through Zylofon Media.
Yes. You know, and they wanted the booking to come to them directly. And in my books, that's breach of contract. You understand? My artists don't go and take a show without my knowledge. I have to know about it. I own a percentage. I actually have to receive the money and pay them off. You understand? So I said, don't worry. I mean, it's in that day. There's nothing we can do. Let it go. You know, because for peace to raise some of these things, you need to. So let it go. And we didn't have a problem. So everybody, I said, ease up. Let's do this. So on the evening, now be mindful that during the
back and forth,
yes, transport is also giving me a headache. That big man, you say they go park the car, you know, come park the car. So bro, I beg, I will get back to you because I'm speaking to my people. You understand? So I'll get, plenty things. So no, bro, me too, my work that, so don't spoil my work. And I understood him from where he was coming from, you know. So back and forth, and we met in the evening. I met the whole team. I'm sure transport was there as well. Then business events told me, they said we should remove whatever, because Kumi, looking at the
arrangement,
the arrangement. If I know for sure, and I do, events will put Joyce first because she's gospel. Then Obibini might come, then Kumi will come, then maybe a Becca will come before a STONEBWOY.
And Shatawale.
Yeah, Shatawale. You understand? That's in that order. You know, so when I got there, I said, but my people are still in the car. So before all these things went down, how come they've not performed? Because, you know, why? They said, no, STONEBWOY wants to go on stage before all of my acts. You understand? And I'm like, oh, this is unfair. Because if something, let them do their performances. When they finish, you can actually get all the things off like you wanted to, so that you do your performance without us there. But to block my artists and say you want to mount the stage first and all that, when you do that and the crowd disperses, what's you know, so I was looking from artistic
point of view.
And so I reached out to City and said, oh boss, the way they move, you know, will help, or where we all with family at least. He said, oh no, he doesn't even know about the pulling and tearing down of the banners and everything, and that he doesn't even know. I'm saying, oh, but that's what the organizer. So I think at the time he was also in a hurry. He needed to make sure Stone will come on stage, and he was doing his work. So I think we couldn't finish the matter, so he left and went on the stage. Now when he was on the stage, I realized they were checking their whatever, and I realized that the MC of the show was wearing a Zylofon cast t-shirt as well. Removed the t-shirt and wore it, you know, like inverse. Like
the MC removed the Zylofon t-shirt he was wearing,
and he had to inverse it, turn it inside out.
Wow.
Exactly. You know, because
again from the instructions of somebody.
Yes. So I'll say CD. Let me just say CD. You know, because CD was on stage.
No, the reason why I also said somebody is that I've also spoken to CD, and he tells me he didn't know how it happened.
So him officially on air?
No, not on air.
Okay.
Yesterday, whilst I was preparing for this show, I called him that.
So that's the same thing he told me. You know, but I mean,
but the students were doing it in conjunction with Zylofon.
Exactly.
So there's no way they can say
good.
So somebody instructed.
Yeah. So that information from CD was wrong, because CD cannot. Let's say CD doesn't have the power to even instruct. Then maybe STONEBWOY instructed that, because above STONEBWOY there's nobody, and there's no way Zylofon will say STONEBWOY is come to perform, tear down Zylofon stuff for STONEBWOY to perform. So you see the communication. So now in all this mess, you should know this. As we sit here, this is what I tell people all the time. everything that was happening on that night had tempers going up and down. You see, we can sit here. People listening to me at home will listen comfortably. But if they were in that space and at that time, they will act differently. So then pressures, event is pulling me, business is pulling me, transport is pulling me. You know what I'm saying?
I know your position.
Good.
And I know Zylofon, the way the pressure is.
Exactly. So I'm like, yo, killers, do your job. Me to have a job. That was what I was trying to do by making sure my artists would go on stage. You know, so immediately I couldn't, because there was nothing I could have done at the time. The things were down. And Stonebwoy was about to go. There was no I was going to hold Stonebwoy's leg or push him off. So I can't do that. It's unprofessional. So the only professional thing I can do is call my team and speak to them, the individual managers, and say, I told events actually, tell the individual managers to send the artists back to the office. We cannot.
So they could not even get out of their cars?
Yes.
So they let them go back home?
Yes. There will be no performance because after Stonebwoy,
nothing else. Yes. Because I heard the show was to close at 11.
Good. And the time
campus show, yeah.
Yes, at the time there was nothing we could have done. So I was executing my job. Then transport to say, Charlie, my car, you see what they are paying this, you know, everybody's saying something. So transport says, boss, the afternoon time I for pick the car. If I go sleep tonight, weigh the car, I no get them, you put me for trouble, you know, and you know what I'm saying? That there was so much pressure. So I said, let me take you to the car. Maybe you go talk to them and you know whatever. So we were trying to look for the car because CD was around. You know, Stonebwoy drives a Benz. We don't own the Benz. Zylofon doesn't own the Benz. In my books and in my contract, what we have given to him is the Sonata.
The Hyundai Sonata.
Hyundai Sonata. So we were looking out for it. It wasn't there. So then I knew they had another show because I was going to also go and watch that show. So transport was still on my case. And he was just doing his job. You know, says, okay, let me take you to that place. Maybe we'll find the car there. So I got there, saw the car, and I moved.
Were you guys looking for the car or you were looking for the individual you gave the car to?
When you say, no, the transport...
Because you keep saying that when we go there, we find the car.
Oh. But the car is driven by an individual.
Okay.
Who is driving it? The management or Stonebwoy office.
Okay.
So basically is the individual driving the car.
Okay.
Really, I mean, you need to speak to the person.
Okay.
So and we're not. It's not like we're fighting.
Okay.
You know, but the tensions on the night or at that particular night, you know, the transport manager had to do his work. He says, you know, I'm like, oh, let's cool down some of these things. Maybe Monday, the guy says, please. This is what I have to do, and you know. So I went with the transport manager and met City at the other venue, Champs, Paloma. Then he came out and I said, bro, what do you have to say? Oh, cool. So we shook hands. I introduced him to the transport manager, you know, and the shook hands. And I said, oh, bro, you know the car, then we talk about, say, like, afternoon for parking things, we say, yeah, you go come parking things, you know, but people there, they say they won't take the car, so I beg, you know, and that's what I said.
Who were those people? Because those are the people who have been tagged as thugs.
Okay, so now, my job as an artist manager, looking after everybody, I can employ people outside to do my work. You as PR, I have seen several occasions when we're about to do listening parties for press events. You employ press from outside.
Yeah.
So the transport manager can employ anybody to do their work. I'm not the transport manager. I don't know who and who he will pick, which garage people you'll be working with. I don't know. You understand? So I don't know. I can't speak for the transport manager as I speak. I saw him in a team. You know, so my job was to introduce them and leave.
Okay.
So when I did the introduction, that's when everything went
haywire.
Yes.
I have also spoken to CD, like I told you earlier. He said when you came there and you introduced the transport manager to him and his people, the transport manager's people who were to pick the car, you said if he's not ready to give the car, they should pick him up, according to CD.
Wow.
He said that is what he said.
Wow.
And that is what made him angry.
Wow.
That is why he
pick who up? Him CD.
Yes.
How can we do that? I don't have a personal problem with CD. We've been speaking the whole night. I even met him at Legon when the issue came up about the banners coming down and everything. We never fought. We never raised. He calls me king, I call him boss. So there was no way. There was nothing that would say they should pick him up. If I was going to say anything.
But according to him, he's saying that is what got him angry.
So let me say
that's why he reacted the way he did.
So let me say this. Let me say this. Let me just say, he's right. I said pick him up. He's not even sensible. Who will pick who up? What I'll say is, pick the car up. If I said something which I didn't say, if I was going to say anything there, I'll say, pick the car up. Now, it is not even my duty to say pick the car up. It is transport manager's duty. My duty is to identify the car. Now, how would I pick CD up? CD is not a thief. We are not at loggerheads, so I can't even say that to him. So let's just say, by strange reason, me, myself, I forgot and said that. That reaction, he didn't warrant.
What was his reaction? Because he also agreed and admitted that he got angry. What was his reaction?
Yeah! You give me car! Huh? Go talk to Stoneboy! Where's Stoneboy? He said, go find them! And he was speaking Hausa. I hear some Hausa, you know. And I think, because I don't hear properly, so I don't want to go and say translation. But I didn't even, when he started shouting, I didn't say that. I stood there. Then I think the transport managers people, some of them also understand the language. And I heard them say, oh, relax, we not reached there yet. You know, that kind of thing. Now, Stoneboy was working, or they had a team.
No, before Stoneboy came in, if there was no fracas, how come I heard some tables were broken, glasses and co.
So what I'm saying is, when CD shouted all that drama I just did, he hit his hand on the table, broke bottles.
He was not fighting with anyone.
No.
He hit his hand on the table.
Yes. So let's just say, I said, pick him up. Maybe the pick him up got him to do all that Hogan things. You understand?
But then your people did not touch him.
Nobody has touched him. I was assaulted there. That's what I'm coming to. I was assaulted. Now, when CD started behaving like that, he had some people with him. I don't know if it is part of the team, but I've never met them at the office. But you know, as artists, they move with a entourage all the time. So there was this guy in a singlet who came pushing me, heckling me, leave here. I said, oh, boss, why? We reached there. He said, no, leave here. I said, why? And they talk to CD. And they make CD the ball. The guy go slap me. And that's what I mean. I've been through a lot of situations. And as I speak, the Joy FM people were there. There's this girl, Becky, from Joy News. Speak to her. I was walking away when I was being ushered away. When all that, the guy pushed me and all that, I walked away. Now, she tried calling me back because she knew, I know her. She's my friend. But at that very moment, I didn't even see her as a friend. I saw her as a news person that was inquiring for news. I said,
ready to take information.
Yes, so I said, Charlie, I beg, don't call me. You leave me, and I go. Speak to her for her to confirm that. So I left the scene. Now, when I left the scene, I realized my transport manager too had fled. You know,
the Bible can it be flee? And I hear flee is dangerous than run. Okay, so the funny side.
Yes. So we all met at the car. You know, and Brass, I mean, I walked away. I walked away because I've seen so much. Now, besides the fact that I've seen so much, CD is not an enemy. He's my younger brother.
And you're not there to fight him?
Exactly. So hey, I was like, maybe I'd done something before, or then we get issues and you don't want to, I don't know. Because even if I saw CD and we don't have issues and I say, oh, pick him up, that alone shouldn't spark, hey, But let me go back a little bit. There's some friction between us and the Stonebwoy office, which I will not go into. I will go into another time or proper time. So I understood where it was coming from. I understood it. That based on some of these small frictions, people will flare up. But between me and CD, we don't have issues, because we've been deliberating through these issues, or when we've been sitting down, we've been speaking privately, blah 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 blah, all that. So I walked off. My transport manager fled the place, and we all met at the, because I at the car park, because he drove me to the place. I wasn't driving.
Oh, you did not drive there?
I wasn't driving. And I'm sure because he drove me to the place, he himself couldn't have gone for the car, and that's why he employed.
Yeah, because he will be driving back.
Yeah, to drive it back. And then that was the logical thing I saw.
Okay, so one thing also came up in the headlines. Gunshots. According to the headlines, Stonebwoy fired gunshots. And I've also seen other headlines saying that he said he fired the gunshots because he was doing that for self-defense. Were you there when he fired the shots?
No. So I can't even speak to the issue.
You were not there?
No. Stonebwoy never saw me at the place. We never saw eye to eye. The only time Stonebwoy would have seen me if CD had allowed me to speak to Stonebwoy. But he said no, I should go and find him. And that's when he started all that stuff. So, and this guy started heckling me, pushing me, and I left the scene. You understand? So I didn't even see Stonebwoy. Now, but check this out. I cannot even sit here and say, I know for a fact Stonebwoy fired. But he himself has said he's fired. He fired the gun shots. And coming here, I was listening to another radio station, and they had sound bites of him firing and speaking to that effect. But all that...
You've heard sounds of gunshots?
Yes.
I see.
And he was speaking. Maybe I can mention the radio station so you can go and collect the sound bite. It's FM.
Okay.
They played it. So Stonebwoy was firing, said, hey, you see, tell them this is what you, maybe when you play it, your people will hear it. But all that matter, I don't even know about it. So let's just put me and my transport manager. We had fled the scene, and we were afraid.
You ran for your life.
For our dear life. You understand? Just to come and see when, we got back to the office, because, we work late. So I came by, it was around 1 a.m., 1:30, 1:45, that area. And I realized, I was trending on Facebook, Bulldog this, Bulldog that, Bulldog this. I'm like, Then somebody had written a story, said, Bulldog enters Stonebwoy's car, trying to move, and he gives Zico. I said, which film be that?
Rambo style.
Yeah, which film be that? But, truly, I have no qualms with Stonebwoy is still my artist. And I will not, I won't ambush him. No. These things happen. It's a human institution. But all that thing that went on was really, really unnecessary, because...
So, was there, I'm even feeling some way asking you this question, because there were other reports that a younger brother of Stonebwoy was given a blow in the mouth and he's got a broken jaw. That's why I don't know how to ask. So you did not even see people fighting?
That's me.
But did you hear...
If there was any fight or any movement, physical movement that I witnessed, it was CD breaking bottles and hitting the table with his hands, and this guy pushing me, say I should leave the place, you slap me. That was the only violence I saw. The rest, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. So I had left the scene. Now, when we came back to the office, I was up there before I think I went up there to pick up files and all that. Then my transport manager was leaving for when I came back, I met the whole team, events, business, everybody was there. And we're deliberating about what happened at in Legon. Yeah, so we had to look left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And left again. You see, maybe people might see me as I'm very scared for my life. And I mean
when the dog is scared.
Yes.
Then who protects the human beings?
So I called my wife and told her, sweetie, if you don't hear of me again, yes, Chief and his people are looking for me to kill me. Not Chief, you know, said, oh, my husband, you have to go to the police station. I said, oh no, this don't be police matter. You know, I won't try play hard guy. And my wife, you know, they respect himself. Oh, he insult me. Don't be foolish. I said, have we got in there yet? He said, if you are foolish enough not to know that you have kids, he give me proper.
Yeah.
And she spoke as a mother.
Yeah.
And I saw her as my mother. And this is what my mother would tell me. So I'm just coming from the police station. I've reported Chief. And if he's listening to me, he will get a call.
I see.
So that we'll take
so
the law.
this is the whole story.
Yes, sir.
Why do you want to take the car? I still want to know. Why do you want to take the car?
You see, Mr. Samuel Atobi I cannot, as I sit here, divulge information for you until I have all the full facts and we have resolved the matter. I can't tell you anything, because if I do, I'll be preempting a lot of things.
So you cannot tell us why you want to take the car?
The transport man wants the car.
Exactly. My job was to lead the transport manager to go and take his car, based on an agreement we had reached
with the team
Stoneboy
to bring the car.
Exactly.
What are you waiting for to tell us why the transport manager? What are you waiting for?
I don't understand.
What are you waiting for before you tell us why the transport manager wants to take the car?
No, but like I said we had reached an agreement.
No. What I mean is, you're saying that you have reached an agreement
with
to pick the car.
Yes,
they have agreed to come and pack the car.
Yes.
Then I'm asking, something led to that, and you are saying you want before you tell us, unless you have arrived at something.
No. What led to the transport manager wanting to retrieve the car that night?
Yes. No, not even that night.
Yeah.
For them to come and pack the car the Saturday afternoon that you guys agreed.
Is that what led to that agreement?
What are the issues leading to you guys demanding that they pack the car?
I can't tell you those issues.
You can't tell me.
No.
That's what I'm saying. What are you waiting for? What do you want to see before you can tell
I don't have to see anything.
Okay.
If we were speaking outside of this office, you are a colleague, you are a head. You know our structure. We run heads of departments, and we all report to an authority that is above us. You understand? So I'm having challenges in my department. I can share with you. You can help me.
Okay.
But those challenges are not for the public.
Okay.
So I can't share it with you here.
Okay, I get you. All right. So his name is Loris Nana Siaba Hansen, artist and development manager. Artist and repertoire manager at Zylofon Media. And if you also came across those headlines, Bulldog attacks, and I hear elsewhere that it is even an attempt or attempted robbery or something like that.